All right, I just had like uh, I had like a lot of motivation around changing my site around. Because I think that my site has been like getting traffic. I think so, but it's also possible that it's just me going on my own site a lot, and then I get the notifications delayed, and it's delayed enough that I don't realize it was myself. It's just a So then I like, "Oh, somebody's on there right now." But actually, it's just like me from like an hour or two earlier. What is the Google Analytics? How do I get on Google Analytics? That way I can. So that's the first. Yeah, I want to edit the site, but then I had like a little debate with myself because I was drinking last night. I had 3 IPAs, which is like 6 beers basically. And holy shit. Um, and what's weird about it is like I swear the neighbors have stopped smoking weed or they've like gotten really careful about trying to contain the smoke or something. Uh, Although I'm hungover right now, I think I wouldn't even notice it right now. I wouldn't be able to tell the difference between a hangover and like the effects of secondhand marijuana smoke. But like so I was drinking these beers and it was like the first time in since they've moved in that I felt like I was drinking and I was just experiencing the effects of alcohol. It's not like I was already high on weed and then added the alcohol, which is and so I was like, this is fun. It was like the first time I ever drank in my whole life. It felt like that. It was just like, whoa, this is a good feeling. Give me another. But I will say I had 3 beers and I spent $30 on 3 beers. And to me, that's so crazy. There's just something wrong with this country. There's something wrong with the economic situation when 3 beers cost $30, you know? Because back in the day in China, if you're drinking 3 beers, that can be like 2 RMB. So you like 3 beers, 3 big beers aren't even going to add up to the amount of the cheapest food item that you can possibly buy. The food is always way more expensive than the beer. So it makes no sense whatsoever. It just doesn't make any economic sense. Because that's not like unusual. That's very close to the cheapest beer price. I mean, if I were to get like a hams or something, it's still gonna be $6. And then if you add in tax and tip, we're almost at $10 a beer. It doesn't make sense to me. There's no way. There's something wrong with this whole scenario. Um, and also I can live on $30 for like a week, or I can go have 3 beers. 3. How did this happen? How does this make any sense? Um, anyway, so like yeah, so I was walking around yesterday. I went out for a walk and I was just thinking to myself, like um I want to talk about I want to like talk about SEO. Like I want to talk to somebody, but I only want to talk about SEO. I want to talk to somebody, but only if they want to only talk about SEO. And so then I thought, oh, I'll have to call Australia because it was the middle of the night in America, which is all fine. Um, and then like when I was in a good night, and I like was next to the comedy show, so I went to the comedy show when I was in like a good enough mood mm, that I felt like I could handle it. And then it's like within Within a few minutes, I was like, "Nope, I gotta go back to nobody here is talking about SEO." And then I did the same thing again. I, like, just kept studying SEO, doing my SEO stuff, and anyways, so I'm, like, hungover right now, whatever, and, like, thirsty and whatever, and I have these things that I wanna do. Um, but I had, like, a big debate with myself over whether to just get on here and start working on them or whether to go and get, like, an energy drink and some food first. Uh, which might seem like a stupid question, but it's like, I don't know. To me, this is like a kind of important question because it's the thing that pops up over and over. Like, okay, I want to feel like when I'm on here, like I'm like ready to go. Like I'm gonna be here for a while. I'm settled in. I'm not gonna have to leave to go get some coffee or an energy drink. I'm not gonna have to leave to go get some food. But at the same time, it's like, well, I'm like already ready to do this. Like I have it in my mind what I want to say or whatever. So why would I wait until I go do something else first? Why would I put extra barriers and extra delays in front of doing the thing? Um, and then I thought, well, I mean, the thing is, I don't want to have long blank spots in the stream. You know, even if I'm the only one that ever watches it, like it's useful for me to review what I've done. But if there's these long blank areas, then um, that makes it a lot harder for me to traverse it, and it makes it harder for me for this to be useful for me. But but then what I also don't want is to have like to stop it and then have like lots of little live streams. And the reason for that is because then it ends up being the same issue. Basically, is that I have to like figure, oh, which one was that? If there was like 10 live streams in one day, assuming that Google will allow me to do that. Um, hold on, okay. I can edit I didn't realize this. I can edit like a lot of things while I'm streaming. Oh, there we go. Okay, I just disabled live chat. If I ever get any followers or people that actually view these, then I will re-enable it so they can talk to me. But in the meanwhile, it's just annoying to have that chat there. It makes everything more difficult. So that's all good. But what I was hoping to do there was to pause the stream. I swear that before I was able to pause the stream without ending it. I think I just have to click end stream and then like just leave that. Um, I suppose what I could do is like just I think if I just like close the tab and then reopen it, that might work. Uh, anyways, so the thing that I was worried about that I would sit down and start working on it, and then I'd realize that I need food and caffeine, which I'm hungover, so it's not even gonna matter. It's not even gonna work anyways. But that is happening. That exact thing that I was worried about is happening, and The other thing is that just at every second of every moment, because I'm not under the effects of secondhand marijuana, thankfully, because I can think clearly, but also at every second of every second, I'm like, I think I might plunge into like horrific depression at any second. Like I can feel it. It's like when you walking on like really icy sidewalk and then like you slip and you completely lose your shit, like you're totally off, you're gonna, and then you regain your balance, but not because you regained your balance like intentionally or like you did a good thing or a cool thing. It's just like you happen to, like your feet just happen to get traction and it's nothing that you did. And you just realize like, oh, I could have just, I don't know what the phrase I'm looking for is. I could have just bit it hard. I could have just like destroyed my shit. And I didn't because of luck. It was just pure luck that I didn't. Like you get that feeling, oh, I had no control over that situation. I completely, that's what I have like repeatedly, like every 30 seconds. I'm like, oh shit, like just horrible anxiety and depression. And then like I'm waiting for it to like consume me and put me into a dark hole that I will never emerge from again. But then it doesn't happen. And then like I'm like, okay, and it's like so far it's like I just focus on SEO. And as long as I'm focused on SEO, I'm still like okay. But in the event that I get burned out on SEO, and then I'll be screwed because if I've got nothing else in my life whatsoever. Um, but I think I can do this. So, anyways, I really do need to take a walk and get some food and stuff like that before I even unsampled card. Anyway, so here is my Google Analytics. Let's see here. 9 users on, this is in September. Reports snapshot. What is happening here? Sure, I'll link it. Why not? All right, let's just hang out with this lady for a while. I feel terrible. All right, I think I did it. I think I just linked the thing, whatever. Why is it always? Oh no. Oh, I'm actually doing worse in the last 7 days. I felt like there was people going to my website last night, and then I was like getting random new followers on Twitter and stuff. So I thought that I had triggered something, but apparently not. But some of the messages that I'm getting notifications about are not from me. Ew, I'm getting views from China? Yeah. Wait, how is it that I'm getting views from China and I'm not getting any views from Taiwan? That's not good because I definitely see people speaking in Chinese to the Leon online chatbot, but apparently those people are not Taiwanese, they're Chinese. Why? It might just be misattributing. It might be a misattribution, but man. Anyways, okay, so here's what I want to do. I wonder if there's like a verbal way to insert like a clear break into the video. Like, what if I said, uh, this is the next section? Like, in this section, I will be doing this. I feel like that would make it easier for like auto generate for like if it's, if I'm using the transcripts or the auto generated captions, and then I'm using LLMs to like look through my own documentation, then that would make it easier. I think it would. Uh, so here's the thing. This about section, I want to move it inside of the chatbot. That's thing one. Thing two, this blog, I'm gonna take it off of the page. And that means the only thing left on the page is going to be the chatbot and the footer, which is broken. So in order to, and then the other thing I want, so, and then I'm gonna rename, but okay, so first of all, I want to make it so that this pops up inside of the chatbot, but when, only on the first message. And then secondly, I want to change the name browser. I'm going to change that to like site navigation and give it a hamburger menu. Is that possible? Like a hamburger menu icon inside of the button. And then for AI upgrade feedbot, I want to change that to blog. Just change it to blog. And I also then need to change the way it works. Because like first of all, I want it to just give you the link to the blog right away. And that way, in the event somebody's like, I wasn't trying to talk to a chatbot. I want to just look at the blog." It'll be the first thing. It'll be like, "Here's the link to the blog." But of course, you can also keep talking to me, the chatbot. And then secondly, it's too slow, because it grabs all of the titles and all of the URLs from before it says anything to you. And at least for the first message, that's to overkill. It's unnecessary. So it should wait until you ask for something before it grabs the titles and blogs. I don't think I'm going to do that right now, though. And that's the first thing. And then secondly, it should be able to serve the entire blog post. The entire content of the blog post should be servable through the chatbot. Um, Now, I wouldn't necessarily want to do that for all the feedbots because some people might think I'm trying to steal their content, basically. Like if, that like, oh, well, if hypothetically people can access all the blog posts through the chatbot, then hypothetically, why would anybody ever actually go on our blog? Um, Allegedly. But for my personal blog, there's no reason to do that. All right, all right. So I don't know. I'm still like debating in my head about the whole like if you know what you want to do and you have the motivation to do it, then just do it. And versus the no, go out, go for a walk, go for a little walkie walk, get a little bit of food, get a little bit of caffeine, and then come back to it. But it's like, yeah, I can do this right now, or at least I can try or get started on it right now. But I'm only willing to like do a little, like just make like a half-hearted one-shot attempt, and then I'm gonna take a break if it doesn't work. Whereas if I had like gotten ready and gotten settled in, I would be in it until it's done. Oh. What am I doing? All right. Doing here. Interesting. Dun, dun, dun. All right, there we go. Found the right directory. Finding the right directory is always the hard part. I'm gonna create and call na na na. Creating a manifest. Um, I'm gonna call it what I call it. But now I need to go find another manifest. Yeah, the other reason I really want to move the blog off of the head homepage is because I'm getting all yeah, 'cause it seems like I'm getting a lot of traffic, but if you go to the website and then you scroll down, and then you're just seeing, like, all of the embedded bots, and I think they all automatically send a hi message. Also, that is not the right formatting. I would rather have a link to the demo than have it coming out looking bad like that. But I've just always sort of been like, I wanna force people to just use the chatbot, which I don't think anybody actually goes on my site and looks at anything anyways, so I'm not forcing anybody to do anything. They weren't gonna. Okay, so I need a manifest. I think the Leon Online does have a good manifest, but I think it's in Chinese mostly, which is fine, but then it just requires extra editing. Sure, we'll start with that. Okay, whatever. God damn. Yeah, this is more editing than I had wanted to do right now. Oh, wow, I had the Yogurt Digital. I had it up the whole time. The manifest. Check that out. All right. Anyways, let's get the manifests over here. And I have to make sure that just that the file names match up, which is stupid because I could just standardize the naming of the file names, and then this wouldn't be something I have to deal with. Um, and the thing is, I can't like copy the names of the files because when I try to, it like just tries to allow me to. It tries to give me the chance to rename it, so then I can't copy it. It's annoying. Okay. Oops, what did I just do? All right, I deleted the postmaker bot. There is no postmaker bot. There is no review bot. Um, but the browser, the name should be the site navigation menu. That's what I'm gonna call it. There we go. I really got to look into this like I gotta look into the why. I'll do this. Why not? This is um this. Why does this happen? Wait, what? Well, okay, that's a bad example because there's no like this. Okay, well, this is also it's just left over. Anyways, anytime there's like a possessive apostrophe, it just creates like a whole bunch of extra unnecessary space. Like if there was a reason to put an apostrophe here, oh, well, that looks fine. I don't know. I should check something out though. If I great. Sometimes it just seems like I am a better person when I'm drunk or like hungover, really. Because the thing is, normally I overthink everything, I overcomplicate everything. When I'm drunk or hungover, I just brute force everything and just try to just push through. And I don't think that's a good way to do life. But like, if you haven't been doing that for a long time, then there's like a lot of low-hanging fruit where there's like a lot of things that you need to do. And the only thing that is stopping them from getting done is just effort. Okay. And then you brute force it. Okay, where did the list of files go? I just need to make sure that this thing has all the files. So we've got the feedbot, which we're calling blog. We've got the browser, which we're calling site navigation menu. We've got the request a demo bot. Um, which honestly, I'm gonna see if I can not give a request, make a requested demo bot. I'm just gonna try to um incorporate the requested demo bot into this one. All right, we've got SEO analysis. I don't know what the type should be for this. I don't know if it even matters. Um, see if I can voice edit here. Does SEO analysis on the provided URL? Why was that so terrible? Uh, so in the input languages for the voice, it doesn't, English is not selected.英文 Singapore, I think that's how you say Singapore. I don't know. Shh. All right, I have added English. Let's see if it works now. Hello, hello, hello. All right, clearly that's a lot better. This bot will conduct SEO analysis based on the URL input by the user. This bot will conduct SEO analysis of the URL provided by the user. All right, that was kind of cool. Right. Okay. So the thing I need is all right, whatever. I'm gonna make a I wanted to yeah. All right. Let's just keep going. Okay. So here's like the oh my God, that is annoying. I think I can just add instructions right here. I've never done this before. For the first message of the conversation, and only for the first message of the conversation, provide this paragraph. This is gonna work. Bad string. How do I fix the syntax error in this file? That is a million times easier than using the ChatGPT. Yeah, stop. Hey, okay. I thought I added a bunch of stuff in there, but then I was like, oh, nope, that was already in there. Um, all right. I don't really like the way this is looking, but let's just make sure it works before I do anything else. And I've just been super hesitant to mess with these manifests, which is too bad. I should really, but the reason I have been is because like the manifest, theoretically, the manifest is like what is like packages it all together, what puts the polish on a set of chatbots and brings them together, potentially makes them into one chatbot where people don't realize that it's a bunch of different modules together. It feels like one fully integrated thing. Um, and there's just a lot that I could do with the manifests to make it so that from one demo to the next, it has a large degree of behavioral difference. However, uh, that's just the reason why I've been avoiding spending time on the manifests is because like I could make it all perfect. If I make any, one demo that I make perfect is pointless. I need to be able to make like new demos in a streamlined fashion. So spending a whole bunch of time on any one demo defeats that purpose or whatever. All right. I refresh this and oh, whoops. Okay, let's look at this. New chat. Okay. So it is successfully inserting the about message. And what I should probably make it do is just pull in the content from the about page. And that way, when I want to edit it, I'm editing it in WordPress instead of in the manifest file. And that would solve the image issue, which I'm about to get into right now. But I am going to save that for the future at some point if that becomes a thing. Is this the link? Yeah, okay. All right. I think if I just stick in the instructions, the URL to the to that image, what did I do? It seems like that shouldn't work, but I think it's going to work. I don't have to refresh the thing because I didn't just change the UI. I changed the chatbot. Um, yeah, it's not working. What am I even trying to do right now? I don't remember. Right. Okay. So I'm gonna look in the chat history here and see if it attempted to add an image, but it just added it wrong, or if it made no attempt. Okay, well, this is not the new. All right, that can't be right. Oh, uh, wait. Uh, what would be the markdown for putting this image in there? Interesting. Okay. I just need that. I don't know. I probably just didn't save it, honestly. I probably did not save changes because it wasn't even a trying to add. Shit. Why is it not working? That's so bad. Um, what? Huh. Is that the problem here? All right, so this is just a little marker for myself. This is the right convo. That way I'm gonna open up the conversation history. What the hell? Where's the reload button? Why is there no reload button on this? A little slow there. Um, okay, so I'm not seeing this is the right combo. And this one, which tells me maybe it's not the right combo. Ugh, not doing good. Okay, here we go. This is the right combo. So at the beginning of the assistance response, just gonna add, what's the problem here? Bad string. Why is it a bad string? Okay, just extra white space was all that's. What was the problem? All right, so now if I refresh this, there should be a picture in there. Yeah, I don't want it to be. Uh, how would I edit the markdown to adjust the size of the picture? All right, so if I reload this, we're gonna see what it looks like at 150. All right, let's see what it looks like at 100. Oh, I think, oh, no, it's fine. Let's see what it looks like at 10. Uh, it really doesn't seem to be doing anything. Can I control the height like this as well?
Our conversation history. Or centered, you can see the code in our conversation history. Summary with 150 works only in Pandoc style Markdown, not universal. I'm 150 works everywhere. Markdown allows HTML, which includes most web chat renderers.
Honestly, in this case, I would just wanna just wanna change the size of the. I would just change the size of the image. Just have a link to an image that with a different size. But before I even get into that, I need for it to actually work. It's not actually working. Like it's not actually. I think it's not trying to put the image into its response. Where's the image? Huh. Randomly it worked. Okay, but you're supposed to put the so it clearly can put the image in there. Always provide this image at the beginning of the conversation. Interesting. I don't know. So companies reg blog site navigation menu. All right. Provide this image when the user says hi. That's what I. That worked. That worked. Okay. So let's see here. Where was the rest of the message that was supposed to be in there? Okay. So I do need to make that image like way smaller. I think the issue is the original size of the image here. Um, that I will work on in the future. Yeah, it should be like that, you know. But for now, what I'm gonna do, all right, I'm gonna keep the manifest open and I'm gonna keep working on that. But also, I'm gonna take a hatchet to my website. So let's see here, the part where it says, oh, crazy, about commented out. The part where it says blog commented out. I should also comment out the footer, honestly, because that thing is broken. And all right, whatever. I'll leave the footer in there for now. I will. It'll probably bother me, and then I'll delete it when it's bothering me. There we go. So now you just get the chatbot right away when you go on my site and nothing else. But at the same time, you feel okay about it because there's a smiling person that's talking to you. Oh yeah, the footer looks terrible. All right, let's just get rid of the footer right now. And then How do I edit an image? I don't know. I literally don't know how to do this. I literally have no idea how to do that. Crap, I'm at 6% battery. Good. What's the easiest way for me to make an image smaller? No, I mean the actual image file. I want to make it smaller, but not in terms of the size of the file, just in terms of the dimensions of the image. This is the dumbest question. All right, I think I can edit it in Google Photos, but I chose Google Photos and it's not coming up. Come on. There it is. It's just not popping up, but it's up open. There we go. It's popping up now, but it took a long time. Hopefully that doesn't mean that it's a very heavy process and that I opened like 5 of them because I pressed it 5 times. Oh, it's taking a really long time to load. There we go. Wow, you can really get up close and personal here. Nobody needs to see me that close and that personal, I'll tell you what. That seems to be the only thing I can do, though. The only thing I can do with it in here is just zoom in a lot. What the hell? Magic Mike. You're kidding me. Oops, I was just trying to scroll the screen in the YouTube. All right, let's try imageresizer.com. All right, in theory, I have a smaller version of it, so let's just rename it small. I love how it's always like this. Like the thing is, I'm trying to make these AI chatbots, and then like all of my time ends up getting spent on things like resizing an image. Like I spend as much time resizing an image as I do on the whatever. Uh, uh, that is very small and very blurry. So now that see it this way, I'm not really happy with calling it site navigation menu because it seems like, well, this is the navigation menu. That's what it seems like, right? Also, why is the welcome message not showing up? Should there be a welcome message there? But that's it. That's the whole website. I like that, actually. I like it more and more. It's like, would you like to navigate the website normally? You can't. So then you'll be like, oh, well, where is the website? Like site navigation menu. Huh. All right, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with this for now. We'll leave it like that. Obviously, it's not awesome, but it'll do. I gotta change the background. The reason I chose this background was specifically because it's like because I always have my screen colors inverted, and so then I always have like these dark backgrounds, and then when I invert it, it's really bright. So I was like, well, what would be the opposite of that? And I was like, oh, if it was like a snow covered, if it was snow covered scene, then when I invert it, it's all dark. But now that it's actually getting to be like that time of year in Minnesota, it's getting depressing. So I'm gonna have to change it to something sunny. This is what I'm talking about. Why is there a giant space here between the apostrophe and the S? I have no idea. Keeps happening. Okay, there we go. I should have done that a long time. I mean, because now it's like working on my website is working on the chatbot. There is no separation between those two things. If I want to improve my website, that means I have to improve a chatbot. And by improving chatbots, I am improving my website. Blah 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 blah. All right, so that's gonna have to be for now. This needs a name change. This needs a name change. This needs a name change. This site navigation, the browser bot needs to work totally differently. The blog bot needs to work differently. Oh yeah, and there's no way out of the browser bot. There's no escaping it without creating a new chat. That's not good. I mean, it doesn't bother me. I don't care because I know that, but most people don't know that. Nobody else would know that except for me. There's no reason why anybody else should know that. I should really put the green screen behind me and then figure out a way that whatever the chatbot's background is, that also is my background. Cool, cool. Yeah, that actually sucks. This does suck a lot. Just show me just all the demos. This is really annoying. Does this even work? Just show me your just I always want to see the blogs. Any blog post is fine. There we go. I really just have to update the system prompt. Just say like you can also just go to oh, you know what? You can't. You should be able to though. I should be able to take what was on the homepage and just put it on slash in the blog directory and then just serve that only when there's no other. All right. And this should be served not from WordPress. And why is there all this white space here? And then the title is on here twice. Bad. That's okay though. We can fix these things. I feel like there was some. All right, I'm gonna leave the manifest open, I suppose, just to remind me to keep working on that. Oh, the main thing with the manifest is that I wanted to experiment with making the manifest. I want to give it a lot of jobs. It's one job it has is to know about the other chatbots and to be able to choose the chatbot correctly. The second job it has is to be the FAQ bot. The third job it has is to be the web form bot. And then the fourth is like for it to do what it just did, which is serve the picture and like the about. Um, so I kind of got to do this right now. And the reason I have to do it right now is because other option. So let's see here. Okay, so backslash n backslash n. um, If the user does not choose a bot, I know that's something I'm not going to be happy with later. Ask if they would like a demo. Holy moly. This is getting to be ridiculous. All right, I just had ChatGPT redo that whole thing. I'm not very confident that it's gonna go well here, but shit. All right, so that means if this works, then the requested demo is in there, and then I also want to make it an FAQ. So let's just. Hmm, that didn't really work. It's just gonna say the same thing over and over again, isn't it? Wow, I don't know why it's doing this actually. All right, anyways, I'm gonna undo that. And then I'm just gonna add a just gonna add the request a demo bot back in there. Which I don't think this request a demo bot works at all. But I mean, I think it works, but like, I don't think it's good at all. But but at least I will know that somebody's trying to request a demo, which is what I want. Whereas if it's not even listed, if it's like stuck inside of the manifest and it's not working well. Now, see, if the manifest is working well, then theoretically it like provides the information it's supposed to provide. It provides you the other options, and then it asks you like it just goes into it. Like, would you like to request a demo? Um, no, I also wanted to add FAQ, which yeah, I mean, I don't know, this whole like instructions thing. Like the thing is, this is already inside of a system prompt. It's not like the only part of it that's going to become a system prompt is what's inside of the instructions section. It's like everything here is inside of a system prompt. So in theory, I can just create a whole different section of like there's no reason to jam everything together here. I can separate it all out as in any way that I feel like separating it out. So I should really just like instead of describing other bots, I can literally just create probably I could just create other bots inside of here. And because it's in JSON, it will probably do a better job of like becoming that bot and ignoring every. Mm, all right, this idea is worth exploring. All right, I've been doing this for 2 hours. I still haven't even gotten water, food, caffeine. Maybe I was right to say that I should go get set up before I got started. Instructions. right, let's see whether or not adding this FAQ breaks the whole thing. All right, we got requested demo in there. Hmm. It switched me to the requested demo bot. That is funny. All right, I'm just gonna delete the requested demo bot for a second and for now. No, you do not need to know any coding to use our platform. AI upgrade handles all setup and integration for you. Okay, so is it pulling from the URL or from the FAQ? I meant to say. That's my question here. Is it pulling from the FAQ? What kinds of chatbots can you make? I wonder if I should put in the instructions. First of all, break this into multiple sections. One section for the about paragraph, one section for the image, and then one section for the instructions telling it that it should start the conversation by providing the about paragraph and the image when the user says hi. No, it's not all of the information should be in the instructions section. Just make it a different part of the JSON. I guess like what I'm realizing here, not like that's such fully like totally new revelation for me, but is that like if you structure your system prompts in JSON, as a JSON object, you can probably accomplish a lot more with one system prompt. You could probably implement if then statements accurately, which my rule has always been like, don't put if then statements in chatbot system prompts because it's not good at that, like logical. But I feel like if you were to be like, it's not about taking on like using a different system prompt. It's about which section of this JSON are you going to use. But I wonder if it was actually like a rag setup that would if it would actually like if the system prompt was inside of a vector database and it was like pulling the system prompt from the vector database, if that would even be better because then it doesn't even get access to the other parts of the JSON. It only gets the relevant part. Anyways, okay, so here's the image, here's the about, here's the instructions. So let's find out whether or not I broke it. Let's find out if I broke it or not. I don't know. I might have. So far, it works perfectly. If the user asks a question, always use information from the FAQ to answer. Do not answer with any other information. If the answers to the question is not in the FAQ, don't answer the question. What kind of chatbots can you make? All right, it added some extra crap on there, but that's fine. I could really add like the whatever. Give it a streaming layer. I could do that for sure. It's literally all set up. I just have to uncomment out one line. Anyways, it's answering from the FAQ, so that is great. Um, okay. Add a request a demo section after the FAQ section, which uh, should ask them for. Oops. Nope. I meant to paste the entire JSON in there. Uh, yeah. Oops. What am I doing? Do not provide the entire updated JSON object, just the extra section to add to the end of it. This is interesting. It's like, how many different ways can you request? I mean, this is like, this is like a tree of system prompts inside of a system prompt, which is itself for a structured output API call, which means it also has a schema, which means the schema is itself a system prompt, and there's another system prompt embedded into each section of the schema. And then it's all being run by GPT-4o Mini. And yet it kind of works. We'll find out if it works or not. All right, so What kind of chatbots do you make? Damn, that's not correct. Something I did has made it so it's no longer answering. Will I need to do any coding to use your chatbots? I would like to request a demo. SEO company, SEO company dot site. My name is Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson at work.com. It's Mike Tyson at work.com. You can put it in the right format for me. My phone number is 789-333-4567. Yes, everything is correct. Okay. So it probably works terribly. We're gonna turn that off. It probably doesn't work very well, but overall, just with the manifest, what we have managed to do is make it so that it does indeed list the bots. It's able to answer FAQs. So the FAQ, the web form can all be inside of the manifest, as well as like specific instructions. And it still theoretically does its job of serving up the other bots. Why is requested demo still on there? Wait, should requested demo even be on there? Oh, wait a minute. Now I'm confused. Did the last conversation, was it using the requested demo bot or not? I don't know. This is confusing. How do I request a demo? Okay, so because of that saying request a demo, that means that yeah, I literally have to look at the YouTube to figure out whether or not that's what happened the last time. So I don't know whether this is working or not here. Um, I thought if I just removed, the thing I have to do is like actually delete this file or something. I'm just gonna move the request a demo file the out of that directory. And now we can try it again. I'd like to request a demo. Damn, what happened to my picture? Cool. Okay. My company is SEO First Page. Mike at SEOfirstpage.com. That is so wild that it said, what specific features or functionalities are you interested in seeing during the demo? That is like, I have spent so much time crafting system prompts to get it to not ask this question. And it's not anywhere on the. All right. So for the. All right. So I'm going to add. Hmm, it has stopped serving my picture. Saying if the user requests a demo, only collect the information in the requested demo. It should really just say like only follow the instructions from the requested demo section. That would, if that works, then that would save a lot of trouble. All right. I don't know. I've restructured the prompt so that I reiterated kind of the importance of the picture, the image. Oh, the image is gone. It's not serving the image anymore. All right. We might just be getting to the limits of the complexity um, that you can throw at GPT-4 Mini. I'd like to request a demo. What information do you need from me? Oh, it just went to the blog feed site. What the hell? Request a demo. Holy shit. All right. I just deleted the whole request a demo section. Why is the image still not showing up? What the hell? We're going backwards rapidly. All right. Let's delete the FAQ section. No, let's just remove the part where it says in the instructions, the requested demo and the. There we go. Yeah, once the instructions get overly complex, it's potentially a problem. I don't know. It still has access to the FAQ, like the FAQ is still on there. And it is using the exact wording from the FAQ. So maybe it's still useful to have it on there. I don't know. And then, I don't know. That was fun. I'll mess with that a lot more. We'll see. But think about this. It's also a thing where I could add it. I could If I wanted to add that streaming layer, then I could add the streaming. Then I could some of this could get taken out of the system prompt and be put in the streaming layer system prompt potentially, or I could have just remove the manifest from this section and have the streaming layer be the only part that has access to the manifest. Anyways, all right. So I don't know what the conclusion of that is, and now there's no way to request a demo, but I'm gonna leave it like that. All right, so let's just get to work on feedbots, and then what was I gonna do? Research American companies. It's 1 p.m. now. Damn, 2 hours ago. I still had a lot of time in the last weekday of the week. Now we're running out of time. And I still haven't gotten any food or caffeine or water. How do I move this conversation into a project? It doesn't give me the option of moving it into a project. That does work. That's not it's a good way of doing it really, but that's cool. So chat so now you can add people to projects. That's a really good function. I don't know if I'll ever use it. I can't at this moment I don't really see actually it would have worked. It would have helped before a lot. Okay, I got a little confused there for a second. So let's see here. Do we have Columbus? Don't start with Columbus. Baltimore. We already have Baltimore. Denver. We already have Denver. Philadelphia. We already have Philadelphia. Columbus. Okay, so we do not have Columbus on here. I forgot this part takes a really long time. How do you spell Columbus again? Only one O. All right, and what are we working on next? Let's see here. So Ireland, I know we have an Ireland. Well, I don't know if we've added. So far, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Ireland. And this list has 15. And it looks like this list is. Let's see. Put the URLs in code box 1 URL per line. No other thing in the code box, just the URLs. Just the girls. God damn it. Just the URLs. I don't know why it's stalled out now. That's ridiculous. Okay, there we go. Meanwhile, our Columbus list should be done. That is not a big list in the end. That's only 11. All right. Anyways, let's grab this Ireland list. Which wait, where did all these come from? Is that 15? All right, whatever. No backticks, please. I'm confused. What? Why does this list look smaller now? All right, what other lists do we have? ChatGPT. Pittsburgh and Atlanta. Do we have Atlanta? No. Do we have Pittsburgh? No. Do we have Philadelphia? Yes. Thought so. Do we have Denver? Yes. Okay, so I just gotta do Pittsburgh and Atlanta and Hong Kong, and then I'm done. Put the URLs in a code box. Just the URLs, nothing else. One URL per line. Damn, that was instantaneous. It's still working on our Irish ones. This is Pittsburgh. We can open up a new feedbot JSON Finder page. All right, our Irish list is ready. So let's go ahead and pop that in there. And then this is Pittsburgh. Our Pittsburgh list is actually ready already. That was fast. Pittsburgh does have a H at the end of it. Berg. I suppose it's not the only one. All right. I wouldn't have liked that. I mean, I don't know. I think it messes with you when you code that because you don't want to have any extra little things that could cause a problem in anything. But I guess that's just baked into the English language. All right, and I think I just have Atlanta, and then I'm done. Oh, and Hong Kong. Put the URLs in a code box, one URL per line, nothing else in the code box. All right, so that's supposed to be the Atlanta list. So now we just got the Hong Kong list. Really? There we go. I thought the Hong Kong list didn't exist somehow magically. The Atlanta list. Are you the Atlanta list? Yes, you are. All right. And one more. Just gotta wait for this one to be done. While we're waiting, we can start looking at feeds. I don't- the problem is Atomic Social is a problem. Because you see, there's so many Atomic Social, like they're all gonna be Atomic Social. Now, before it wasn't really a problem because I had, um, because the words that it was filtering for were GEO, AI visibility, and they don't really write about those things. But then I included the word SEO. So now it's gonna just show every single Atomic Social post. This is a lot of posts. And I'm not seeing a single post that's not from Atomic Social. All right, I might have to edit the Arizona one some way or another. Anyways, let's check out Austin. I better open a Google Save tab. All right, that's ready to go. How to spot and check for AI generated content. AI slap is making human perspective more valuable in legal marketing. I think I already looked at this one. How AI predicts user search intent for SEO. How to get your business found in AI search. I'll look at that for a minute. Looks like complete SEO is a good one. Are AI bots actually reading LLMs? I would have never. I would have thought so, but the fact that you're asking the question makes me wonder. All right, is our Hong Kong list done yet? Track SERP rankings across devices with AI. I kind of don't care. I feel like that's too much, but I'll give it a something. I'll put it in there and decide whether or not to read it later. Navigational versus informational keywords. Oh, look, already seen these. Right. Where was I? I was Austin, Australia. I think I'll leave Australia. Wait, it makes no sense to leave Australia for later because it's already going to be Saturday in Australia. So it's not like they're going to be open for business in a minute. Adwebsolution.com is the big one. Uh, let's try Baltimore. I actually have to reload it so that it'll show Hong Kong. Hmm. It is still not showing Hong Kong. What happened? Oh, yeah, it is. Okay, so where was I? Boston? I like this one. How important is review schema? But I think I already looked at it. AI SEO tools made by a guy. Okay. Where was I again? Chicago. Nothing. Why is that? Also nothing for Columbus. Geotactics for lead generation success in 2025. Can't skip that. Castle Rock. Shout out to Castle Rock. Top 10 GEO best practices by Tag Team Design. I'm gonna look into the tag team design. Phew, AEO versus SEO, key differences in winning strategies. AI search SEO, your definitive B2B guide for 2025. How I turn sales calls into content that ranks in 2 days. All right, I think that's a good one to save, but I'm not gonna save the other ones even though they're right on the money because I don't know just how many articles do I need to read of those, but I should take a note of who wrote it. CSP agency, yeah, they're writing a lot of those. SEO Profi, they're writing a lot of those. Those are two good ones. All right, so that's Denver. Let's try Florida, Hong Kong. Of course, it's filtering for English language words, so both Hong Kong and Taiwan, unless they use that, if they ever use the Chinese version of these words like GEO and SEO, then it won't pick them up, won't pick up those posts. So, damn, Awasi's got 61 posts. Crazy. That was one I was messing with last night before I just passed out around when I. All right, what do we got? 传统 SEO 一步走，面对零点几 挑战 AIPO 是必要之选。YouFind.HK 零点击时代破除 Zero click era. Best ways to rank in Google AIO. I really have already read everything that there's to read on this topic by a lot, but just because it's a Hong Kong company, I'll just to evaluate the content, take a look at it. But not necessarily right now because I'm cruising through this, or I'm trying to. What happened to the content? All right, where are we? Houston, Ireland. Really? Nothing? What? All right, this is stupid. At this point, this is stupid. I gotta go take a break, take a walk, get some water, get some caffeine. But when I am refreshed, look at these guys. Just deep dive, learn everything I can possibly learn about them. Because yeah, I can make them a demo, a feedbot, a rugbot, blah, blah. But there's some part of my curiosity that's not satiated by doing that. I want to just see what I can understand about them based on this stuff, based on everything that's on the internet about them and like their story, I guess is the point.